stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's March 25th, 2025. It is Tuesday. So, oh man, I'm having a hard time waking up today. Going through some pain, tooth pain. Yay. I don't have many teeth left because of my alcoholism and because I'm British. But yeah, so I'm trying to I'm ready. I'm about ready to get rid of all the teeth. We're gonna replace them. I can go through this place called Bionic Smile, and they get it done like 24 hours. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But I gotta do some other stuff first. My appointment was today, but I had to reschedule it for Thursday. So it is what it is. In the meantime, I can't really drink much. Like when I'm drinking water, because that makes it hurt. I have to what I have to do is curl my tongue so it's a slide and it just goes straight to the back of my throat. And I have to do it very slowly. All right. Now, the good thing behind all of this is because usually I put ice and have soda. My sugar intake has gone way down, and I'm kind of feeling it. That's probably why I'm so tired. My sugar intake has gone way down. So, yeah, I know this really has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. So, in just a little introduction before we really get started. But it's good to have everybody. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I got a meeting that I need to get running in about 45 minutes. So let's do this thing. Definitely won't be as long as yesterday's. An hour and 15 minutes I talked. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. I had some things to say. I got downloaded a lot. There were actually 49 downloads on that. Most of them probably not here. Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Of course, you're not required to. This is an anonymous program. Some of us recover out loud. Some of us don't. And either way is fine. Either way is fine. We need all kinds. It is clear that chat is not working today because I know people are already saying hi. Good morning, Leisure. Good morning, Michelle. Good to see you both. I will continue to go back and forth so that I can keep up on chat. So, but it is not appearing here. So if I fall behind, if I lack on it, it is not my fault. All right. Oh, so there's going to be a reading from As Bill Sees It on page 37. 37. Actually, I can kind of do, what I can do is this. I can go badink, right? Then keep that there and then go here and then go like that. And hold on. I got this. And then the chat will actually be right there. So I can see it. This is what I did. All right. So this is where you see me and everything. And I just put the chat over here. So if you want to say something, I can see it now. I don't use a lot of the other stuff, so that's not going to make much of a difference there. All right, let's do this. Page 37, a full and thankful heart. Before I get started, having good attitude about things in life, understanding. Like there's been a guy, he's a little bit newer in the program. Let's just go a different route. When you're newer in the program, you're going to be, oh no, there's going to be a fear to do certain things because alcohol is not involved. You were used to the alcohol being there. And, well, with this guy, it's second day he's brought it up, so he must be pretty concerned. But I kept saying it's not that I'm worried about drinking, it's that I'm afraid I'm going to be boring. And we get that. We're used to kind of acting really out there, and stuff. So, why is that not scrolling? Okay, hold on, because something popped. All right, so Amber is with us now. Good morning, Amber. Good to see you. Chat is kind of working. It is not appearing here, but I have it up right here. So if you say something, I will see it. So, did it pop? Did it put mine up? No. So no chat today. Well, kind of. We're just doing it. So, a good example for me would be when I got sober. It was a little bit before I tried, but I had a big fear of playing the drums, sober, because I had always done it. I'd always done it drunk, drinking. It was part of the process, right? And even with this gentleman, going to an event, he's actually running the event, so that makes it a little bit different. Nobody really brought up one thing. God. Gotta ask God for some courage here, right? Ask God for some direction, and the thought process should be, what can I bring? What can I bring that's going to make it better? God, while I'm there, how can I be helpful? What can I do to make it better for other people? And when I do that, what happens is I start helping other people. I start doing other things, and my worries automatically start to go away. Good morning, Clara. It is good to see you. Leisure said, boring without drama and hangovers is a softer, gentler way. Right? It is. I'm kind of cranky when I'm in pain. I don't know about you, especially when I'm hungover. Right? The only thing that'll go through my mind is hair of the dog. Hair of the dog. I know what'll cure this. 3 or 4 shots will cure this. All right. Then it's back to drunk city. So, but let's go ahead and get to the reading. All right. A full and thankful heart. One exercise that I practice is to try for a full inventory of my blessings and then for the right acceptance of the many gifts that are mine, both temporal and spiritual. Are we stopping to look at our gifts? Are we stopping throughout the day to receive those gifts? Again, we go back to helping other people. There was another gentleman actually, it's one of my sponsees. He was talking about this, and it's happened yesterday after he and I met. But his wife surprised him with a 90-day chip, and told him, I like the sober person. I like the sober. And it's just neat to watch these things, to be able to experience it. What is that? Well, that's a spiritual experience. Yeah. I'm watching the program work in this man's life. And for Dion anyway, I've never found a joy greater than watching somebody else get their shit together, spending time with their kids, maybe getting the kids back. Now this may make time. This might take some time for some of us. I know for me, it was years before my kids were willing to really talk to me again. So, and I couldn't really blame them. All right. So for me, the gifts in life don't really seem to be materialistic gifts. Not that I'm not thankful or grateful that I have food. Of course I am, that I have a roof over my head. But it's hard for me to put that down on, let's say, a gratitude list, because there are people out there that don't have a roof over their head. And I don't want to be grateful that I have something that other people do not. What I'd be grateful for is millions and millions of dollars so that I could do something like buy a bunch of houses for people that they could live in. I'd be grateful about that. Leisure says, I remember vividly a day about 7 months and having my parents tell me it's good to have me back. Yeah. My wife right now was my girlfriend when I got sober the first time. And back when I was 18. And she kept telling me, Dion, I'm going to love you until I get the old Dion back. And it wasn't really the old Dion or having me back, but I got it. Because she's like, I know what the sober Dion is like. I know what he's like. So I'm gonna wait on him. Oh, what is that but the ultimate patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love? Yeah. A lot of us get loved into this program. Better in the angry way. Right? Here I try to achieve a state of joyful gratitude. With such a brand of gratitude is repeatedly affirmed and pondered, it can finally displace the natural tendency to congratulate myself on whatever progress I may have been able to make in some areas of living. I don't know that it's necessarily bad to congratulate yourself on jobs well done. But I think the point that he's trying to make is we alcoholics tend to go to extremes when it comes to emotions, and that he doesn't want to go overboard on that. He wants to have a little bit of humility with it. Being thankful and having humility at the same time is a great combination. So how do we go about congratulating ourselves? Well, you could say, good job. Right. This is what I do. I put myself on the shoulder twice. Good job, Dion. Twice. That's it. Don't break your arm doing it. There's nothing wrong with patting yourself on the back. Just as long as you don't break your arm doing it. Don't jump on Facebook and brag about the fact that you helped somebody else. That, I've found, this is my experience. Okay. That when I do something and help another person, there's a couple of ways that I can go. I can either provide myself with the gift, or I can wait on the true gift from my higher power. But I ain't going to get both. If I decide to go online and say, look at all the great things I did, and all my friends are like, oh, good job, great job. Here's likes and loves. There's my gift. I created my own gift. I will not be receiving the other one. Why? Because I'm not going to see it. I'm too busy congratulating myself. This is pride and ego frustrating the natural course of things. All right. Yeah. So let's get to the next part on this. I tried hard to hold fast to the truth that a full and thankful heart cannot entertain great conceits. Woo. That I agree with. Absolutely. There's grateful and then there's gratitude. Grateful means that usually comes out, it has to do with a list and things like that. Being grateful is a statement. where gratitude is a dividend for doing a good job. Yeah. Now we might use something like an attitude of gratitude, you know. Um, in the case where that man's going to the event, a good thing would be, maybe a good thing would be thanking God that they even get to do that, right? I'm gonna be talking while doing some things here because the meeting starts in half an hour here, so I got to make a post about it. Got to change it a little bit because it says that Amber's the chairperson, but she is not the chairperson today. So please allow me to look this up and make sure that. Oh, where is it? Oh, I think I actually have it up. Microsoft Word. Today is the 25th. It will be Daryl. Okay. So let me get that back. There we go. All right. Thank you for letting me do that. I appreciate it. Now I'm going to have to move everything around again. Gosh darn it. All right. Now we're back. Okay. I appreciate you letting me do that. So if it's hard for me to brag on myself when I'm in an gratitude and when I have an attitude of gratitude, or that I have, when I have joy, because then I don't really feel the need to go out and brag about it. I don't need to go tell everybody, Now, when it comes to your sobriety date, feel free to brag about that all you want. On the day. Can't run around. Anyway. See what the rest of this has to say. When brimming with gratitude, one's heartbeat must surely result in outgoing love, the finest emotion that we can ever know. It's an outgoing love. What love am I giving? Right? We can't run around and hate on things and love them at the same time. It's not something we can do. There's a lot of hate going around this world right now. A lot of hate going around this world. And, I would, even if it's somebody that I quote unquote do not like, I would still rather help them than make their life harder. Absolutely, I would. I would still rather go that route. Okay? Because, I believe in something. I believe that people can change. Or because if people can't change, then I'm a fucking liar. Then I'm lying about everything. But I've changed. I'm not the person that I was a week ago, that I was a month ago, that I was almost 9 years ago, coming up on a birthday. All right. We're not celebrating it today. April 16th. All right. It says here, I believe that we in Alcoholics Anonymous are fortunate in the fact that we are constantly reminded of the need to be grateful and of how important gratitude is to our sobriety. I'm truly grateful for sobriety, for the sobriety God has given me through the AA program, and I'm glad I can give it back what was given to me freely. How often do we hear that? And the fact that I was able to give it back freely, that's the key. There was several people who took their time, that took their time in order for me to have a better life. They didn't want anything from me. They didn't need anything from me. They didn't ask for my money. They didn't ask for anything, not even my friendship. Okay. It's true. Well, actually, they did actually want something. It was my time. But gosh, I had plenty of it. All right. So, but it's that freely given back. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. It's what I have found. The big book says, when all of the other activities fail, help another alcoholic. So don't even, what they're trying to say is don't bother with the other activities. Just go to helping another person. Doesn't even need to be an alcoholic. Sure, we help alcoholics first, but it doesn't have to be an alcoholic. It might be your next door neighbor trying to get the trash out. It might be something, but get out of yourself. I am grateful not only for sobriety, but for the quality of life my sobriety has brought. I have a good quality of sobriety. I have great sobriety. I got great recovery, but I worked my butt off to get it. I had to work very hard. It didn't just happen. I didn't just go to meetings and it happened. No, I had a lot of work to do. And I had to do intense therapy for years. Intense therapy, not just go and talk with. No, I had to get into some pretty deep rooted shit, man. All right. Now, not all of that was an AA. What AA did for me is it cleared the ground enough for me to be able to work on these other problems. That's what it did for me. It cleared away the bullshit so that I could go to therapy and get down to the root, to the cause and condition of what was going on with Dion. And while I was doing that, I discovered who I was. And I'm a pretty nice guy. I'm not nice, I'm kind. Right? Claire says to help you give without ever seeing the receiving of the help is gratifying as well. Yep. Oh, we got a scam likely over here. In other words, do something for somebody else that without them ever knowing. And then keep your mouth shut. I do it all the time. I'm doing it right now. Okay. I'm helping people. I don't even know their names. I don't know where they're at, where you're at in the country. I don't know where you're at in the world. None of that matters to me. Okay. And I don't need for them to be able, to be able to listen and not worry about whether we're doing all this other stuff. The only thing I'm trying to do is help other people. And that helps me. Yeah. Because a lot of times while I'm out there helping other people, all the questions that I've been asking get answered. But I got to put effort. I got to put effort into my life, man. God has been gracious enough to give me sober days and a life blessed with peace and contentment, as well as the ability to give and receive love and the opportunity to serve others. When I was drinking, I didn't have that opportunity. I was incapable of doing it. In our fellowship, my family and my community, for all of this, I have a full and thankful heart. I know this one's is a little bit shorter. I have some extra things that I need to take care of before the meeting starts, because my day gets kind of busy after that. Well, yeah, I'll probably be back at 1:00. I'll probably do another one of these. So, but thank you everybody for being here. I hope that you have a great day. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And